Greetings, tax pros. How y'all doing? What's up? If you don't know me by now, my name is LaShawn Adesemilolu. I am the co-founder of Rise Business Solutions, and we help tax entrepreneurs to build and scale profitable tax businesses. I have not been in this group for a while, and I want to apologize for that. But between work and running coaching programs and momming and lifing, it just hasn't been a lot of time to commit to this free space. However, I want to make an intentional effort to come in here and give value. And so I want to share with you guys one of the things that I like to do about half of the year to make sure that I'm setting the best space for the next half of the year, okay? So tune in if you'd like to know a great way to clear out the old energy, right? To end that tax season and to get ready for your next chapter. Okay, so the first part of this is going to be really anchoring the energy of what went well. What went well for the year? So, at the time I'm filming this, it is July. So, we are going to be looking at the months January through June. And what I do is I like to look at each month from January to June and then write down what went well, what achievements did I hit, what are some very, very special moments that happened. And that's what I would like you to do. So you can take out a sheet of paper or a journal. I would recommend a journal. Journaling is very, very good for manifesting and really for releasing energy and understanding what you desire. So if you are not somebody who journals, I would definitely recommend it could be a habit that will help you in your life and your self-development. So you want to get a nice journal, create a nice space for yourself, a private space. Yes, I'm a mom right now. My husband is going to Africa, so it's me by myself at this moment. And so this is one of the times where I allow them to watch TV so I can have my own space, right? To really set the mood of what I want. So I have my candle on. I got some incense going. I bought myself some flowers. I'm really setting the energy and the intentions of I love myself. So this is the energy that I want you to be in. Have a nice quiet space. Set the energy so the vibes feel right. Allow yourself to be in a private space where you won't be disturbed. And then you're going to get out your journal and you're going to go through your months, January to June, and only write down what went well. Now, some of the ways that you can do this is if you're somebody that take a lot of pictures like I do, you can go through your gallery or Google Photos and just look through, and then you'll see some special moments that'll trigger some memories, and you can say, wow, that went well for me. I had the most romantic vacation this year, or I got a new team member, or I had my highest month in business, or I hired a maid. Whatever went well. Now, what I don't want you to do is, at some point, our brain does this little thing where it tries to self-sabotage. So it might say, well, it started off well, but it didn't end well. For instance, you might say, oh, I had the greatest love affair of my life in February, but by March, we had already broken up. I don't want you to do that. We're not worried about March. We're worrying about February when you had the greatest love affair of your life, because that's what happened. So you can go through your social media, Facebook, Instagram, your galleries, and I want you to go each month, January to June, and really write down everything that went well for you. Because gratitude is extremely, extremely, extremely important. This is the energy that will propel us into getting what we desire. Okay. So what I like to tell my clients is we always want to keep one foot in gratitude, and then we keep one foot in what we desire, right? So even when we're desiring more, because that'll happen. You know, first you'll say, oh, I want 6-figure years. Then you'll be like, oh, I want 6-figure months. So while we're in desire, we have one foot in desire. We want to have one foot in gratitude. So do not skip this step. The first thing that I want you to do is take out your journal, create a nice space for yourself, and write down for each month, January through June, what went well in your life and in your business. What went well. Once you have written down all of this stuff, I want you to take a few moments and bask into that and like give thanks and gratitude. Like, wow, these are all the wonderful things that have happened to you so far this year. You know, how amazing. And then I want you to throw yourself some type of celebration. And it can be as small or as big as you want. It's your excuse to love on yourself. So for me, what I've done is I knew that I was going to do this. So I got my favorite snacks here, frozen grapes. Those are my favorite snacks. I got some frozen grapes. I set the mood. I made some nice chilled water. And then when I was out, I went out and got myself some sancocho, which is a Dominican dish that I tried earlier this year and I really liked. So I haven't had it since January. And so I'm going to have it later with a glass of wine. And that is going to be my celebration. So whatever feels good to you. If you want to take yourself out to dinner, if you just want to have a nice bubble bath, if you want to have mind-blowing sex, if you like whatever is good for you, I want you to have a celebration. And while you're having that celebration, know that the celebration is because of all the wonderful things that you have accomplished this year. Okay, that is the very first part of this. Once you have done that, you can move on to the second part. So you can pause this video and come back to it, or you can listen to the second part now, but it's important that you do the first part first, okay? So I'm going to pause it here and give you a chance to save it to a playlist and come back to it if you want to, or you can continue listening. Okay, so now you've done the first part. You've anchored in that gratitude. You've had your celebration. The second part is to go through the months, January to June, and think about what didn't work, okay? What didn't work? Now, your celebration you wrote in your journal, I want you to write on another piece of paper what didn't work, okay? And I want you to write it on another piece of paper because you're going to burn this piece of paper, okay, at the end of it. So it's up to you. You can write it on your journal, but just realize you're going to have to tear a page out because you don't want to keep this. This is something that you want to release. So we'll go through the months, January and June, and write down what didn't work. So, for example, for me, our VA just kind of flaked. Okay, so like halfway in the middle of this year, we didn't have a VA. That was tough. So, excuse me, these grapes are delicious. If you never tried it, frozen grapes is the move. Right. So what you want to do is write down everything that didn't work. And then I want you to just think about, what could I learn from this, right? What would I do different? What is the lesson in this? So the VA just flaked in the middle of the year. What did I learn from that? Well, I learned that I need to have more than one VA. Because if something happens to one, I need to have a backup so that things don't just stop because one person decided to flake. So that was a lesson that I learned from this. If it was, let's say a relationship didn't work, what did you take away from the relationship? If you didn't make the type of money you wanted to make in your business, is there something that you could have done differently that would have caused a different result? I want you to write it all out on that sheet of paper. And then when you're done, you're going to think about your lessons, and then you're going to burn it and release it. And the reason we want to burn it and release it is because we want to close out that energy. We have gotten the lessons. And so we are symbolically telling the universe and telling ourselves that we no longer need to repeat this. We are letting this go. We are forgiving ourselves for this, and we are moving forward. Okay. So this is a ritual that you can use in your life, in your business, to be sure that you're being effective and to set the intention for your new way of being. Now, I'm also going to do a second part to this video where I talk about goal setting for the new year. This is definitely going to be a big one, because the type of goals that you set for yourself, the context that you give your life, right? It's going to kind of create the path. It's going to carve the path for the type of life you want. Being very intentional with your life is going to cause things to go different. And you're going to be one of those people where people are wondering, how did they do it? How do they get to live a life like this? And you'll know it's because you're intentional, because you're not somebody that just wakes up and allow life to just pull you by the skirt tails, right? You are actually creating this life and you're being intentional with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you use this. If you plan to use this, put it in the comments and let me know. Also, do you already do something like this? Do you do something like this in your life and business? If so, drop it in the comment and let us know. I will see you guys next time. Until then, remember, every day in every way, we are getting better and better. Peace and love, y'all.